Hello everybody. Today we're going to go over how to look up your classes, what classes you need to take using the college catalog, and we're also going to learn how to register for your classes using Cunyfirst. This is going to be very important in terms of figuring out what sorts of classes you need to register and then getting them taken, and how do I do it, and there's all sorts of problems. The best way to make sure that you are successful in college is to make sure that you're prepared. So today we're going to talk about preparing, looking down the road to see what you need to do and how to get that set up. So first thing we're going to cover in this video is how to look up what classes you need for your major. Okay. All of that is available on the Kingsborough website, which I have right here. The college catalog is where we list all of the degree requirements for all of the majors. So to access the college catalog from the Kingsborough website, you're going to go to Academics and then College Catalog. Okay? And it will bring you to this screen here, which has a number of different college catalogs from the last 10 years or so. How do you know which one you're supposed to use? The rule is that you follow the college catalog for the year that you started in the major that you're in. Okay? So let's say you started college as a freshman or a transfer student. You started this college in fall of 2010. Okay? You would use the 2010-2011 college catalog. If you started college in spring of 2012, you would use the 2011-2012 college catalog. Now, that's if you started and you didn't change your major. Okay? You still have to use the college catalog for the semester that you first started your major in. So let's say you started in fall of 2010 as a liberal arts major, and in spring of 2012, let's say, you decide, I don't want to be a liberal arts major anymore, I want to switch over to criminal justice. You would now follow the criminal justice requirements from the spring of 2012, okay, because that's the first semester that you were in that major. Okay. This is going to be very important in terms of making sure that you follow the right degree requirements, because there are changes to majors all the time. Degree requirements from one semester may be different the next semester. You have to make sure that you're following the right ones. Okay, so it's always the college catalog that you want to select is always the first that you're in the major that you're going to be in. Okay, so we're going to take the 2011-2012 college one, because that's the one that's most recent on the website at the time that I'm recording this. So you click on the college catalog and it brings up to this. Now you want to scroll down to the table of contents, and you want to find your major. Okay, so this lists all the majors that we have here. The one we're going to look at today is the criminal justice major. Okay, so you would find the criminal justice major, and you see you find what page it's on. Here it is. So you want to scroll down to that page, and here we are on the major requirements here. Now, there are three types of requirements for any degree. College requirements, which are required for all majors. Department requirements, which are required for the requirements for that specific major. And general education requirements. Okay? College requirements are English 12, English 24, and some health course. Most majors it would be HE 14. For some majors it will be HPE 12 or HE 35, but for the most part, most majors it will be HE 14. In addition, another college requirement, all students need to take what's called a writing intensive course. which means that the professor has undergone special training in a specific section of a class that you're taking to make sure that there's a lot of writing in that course. Okay, we'll talk a little more about how to tell if a course is writing intensive in a few minutes. Now, department requirements are the requirements specific to that major. So let's say the department requirements for the criminal justice major, as you'll see, would be different from the department requirements for the biology major, or the nursing major, or the education studies major. Those are the courses that are specific to get a degree in that field. Okay. So as you can see on this here, the department requirements for the criminal justice major would include Intro to Criminal Justice, Crime and Punishment, Constitutional Law, the American Legal. Those are all department requirements. You have to take all of those courses to get the degree in criminal justice. Okay. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the general education requirements. Okay, and general education requirements are what we call what you might hear of as core requirements or core curriculum, something like that. Basically, they are liberal arts type courses. Okay? You have to take a little bit of those in any major that you're in. If you're in liberal arts, of course, all of your courses will be those general education classes. But all majors are going to require that you take some general education requirement. And so when you look at the catalog, it will tell you how many credit courses you need to take and from what groups, that is, what different areas. Okay, so that's how you can tell what you need to take. What I would suggest when you look up the catalog, you might want what you might want to do is print out the page that you of your major and kind of check off or cross off the classes that you've already done. Okay, so let's say you've taken English 12 already. You would just cross off the English 12. You haven't yet, if you were a criminal justice major and you've taken Intro to Criminal Justice, Constitutional Law, and the American Legal System, you could cross those off and you'd see that you'd still need to do Crime and Punishment, or Policing or Corrections, and Sentencing, plus whatever general education requirements or college requirements you still have to do. Okay, so that's the college catalog. One other thing. The other way, of course, you can figure out what requirements you need to take, what classes you need to take, is you can go for an academic advisor. Okay, meet with an academic advisor. We suggest that you meet with your advisor as early as possible during the semester, because the appointments get booked up as time progresses, and if you wait too long, you might not get an appointment, or you might not get one in a timely fashion. So we recommend that you try to speak to an advisor as soon as possible. However, if in a pinch, use the college catalog, because that will be what advisors are basing our advisement off of. So that is your own as well. Okay. Once you figure out what classes you need to register for the fall, or the spring, or the summer, or the winter, whatever classes you need to, whenever you're registering for classes, how do you register? Well, the registration system that we use here at Kingsborough is called Cunyfirst. Okay, this system is replacing an older system called eSIMS. So you might have heard students talking about eSIMS, but now the registration system we use is called Cunyfirst. By now you all should have claimed your Cunyfirst account, okay? And you will have received a username, you would have set a password, and you would have received an EMPL ID number, which is an 8-digit ID number. Anytime you come into campus to do any sort of business, you will need to give out that EMPL ID number to whoever you're speaking to, because that's how we look you up in the system to assist you. Okay, so if you go to advisement, or you need to pay a bill at the bursar's office, you need to speak to someone in financial aid, wherever you need to go, you need that EMPL ID number. Okay, so write it down, memorize it, put it in your cell phone, whatever you want to do. Just make sure that you have that number with you. Okay, so you've claimed your Cunyfirst account, and now you know what classes you need to take, and now you're all ready to register. So, from the Kingsborough website, what you need to do to get to Cunyfirst is you need to go to this little quick links button up here, and you want to go down to Cunyfirst portal, okay? Cunyfirst portal is something like the 4th or 5th one down. It's very important that you click Cunyfirst portal and not Cuny portal. Those are two different things. Cuny portal would get you to Blackboard, degree audit, other sorts of things. Cunyfirst portal will get you to the registration system. So make sure you click Cunyfirst portal. And it will bring you to this, this screen right here where you can log in using your username and password. If you forgot your password, you can reset it by answering your challenge questions. If you are a first-time user and you haven't claimed your Cunyfirst account yet, you can do that from this page as well by clicking First-Time Users. But we're going to assume that everybody has already claimed their Cunyfirst account. And so I'm just going to log in right here. Okay, and it will bring you to a screen that gives you some information. To get to the screen, you're going to want to click HR Campus Solutions. Okay, it should open a new window, which gives you a menu. Okay, and there will be a number of different options you might see depending on your level of access. But the one that you should have is self-service. Okay, so you're going to want to click on self-service. And it should bring you up to another menu with a whole bunch of options. The option that we are going to be looking for today is Student Center. Okay, so click on Student Center. There goes the little spinny thing. And it will bring you to your Student Center page. It will have your name on the top, your EMPL ID number, your 8-digit Cunyfirst ID number. There are a number of things that you can see on this page. First of all, you'll see holds. Are there any stops in your account? If there are, you can click on that and see what that stop is or what that hold is. Hold means that you need to do something to clear that, otherwise it will prevent you from registering. That can be absolutely anything. When you click on that hold list, it'll tell you what that hold is. It could be you owe money from financial aid. It could be you haven't submitted your immunization records. It could mean that you have an overdue library book. It could mean a number of things. So you have to check on what that hold is and then go to the office that controls that hold so that you can get it cleared. Once you have all of your holds cleared, you're ready to register. How do you know when you can register? A few things down from holds, there is a box that says enrollment dates. Okay, and it will say the date that you're able to register for your classes. Okay, it should say something like you will be able to register for the regular academic session on August 30th or something like that, or April 27th, or it'll give you a date when you are able to register. You can register. It'll say that that's an appointment time. That's not actually an appointment for you to come in to register with a person. That just means that any time after that date, you can go onto the system and you can register for your classes on your own. Okay, so that is an appointment for you to go onto the computer and register for your classes. Okay. How do you know what to register for? Once you figure out what classes you need to take using the college catalog, now you need to know when those classes are going to meet. You need to pick which sections and days and times you're going to register for. So you can do that on the left-hand side here. Not this big menu, not menu over here, but here you want to click on Search. Okay, and that's going to help you search. You want to be Kingsborough. want to make sure the academic term selected for the term that you're trying to register for. So if you're trying to register for, let's say, fall 2012, you want to make sure it's set to 2012 fall term. If you're trying to register for spring 2013, you need to make sure that it's set to 2013 spring term. Whenever you're trying to register for. It's also very important to notice that at Kingsborough we have what's called a module after the semester. So we have the fall semester and the winter module, okay, and then the spring semester and the summer module. For purposes of financial aid, the summer module and the winter module are considered to be the second part of the spring and fall semesters, okay? So when you're searching for summer classes, you need to check for the spring term. When you're searching for fall classes, you need to check, for winter classes, you need to check the fall term, okay, because they're two parts of the same thing, okay? I'll show you how to tell that also in a second. So we're going to look for fall classes right now. We're going to look for a psychology class, the Introduction Psychology class, Psych 11. So you have to open up the course subject. You're looking for psychology, and it's in alphabetical order, so here we are, psychology. And the course number, you need to remember what that course number was in the college catalog, okay? So the Introduction to class is Psych 11. So you would type in the course number 11. Now, in the college catalog, it will be a 2-digit number. Cunyfirst needs a 4-digit number. So you just add 2 zeros at the end of any course that you're trying to register for. Okay. So if it says Psych 11 in the college catalog, you need to type in 1100. If you're looking for sociology, 31, let's say, in the college catalog, you'll type in sociology 3100. You add zeros when you're typing the course number. And you got to click search. And it will bring you to this screen, which shows all of the sections of that class that you're looking to register for. Okay, so we're looking at these psychology classes, and all of these sections are available if they have a green circle. Okay, right next to where it says status, it should have a green circle. If the section is closed, it will have a blue square. Okay, so if you see a blue square next to that section, you can't register for it. If it's a green circle, you can. Okay. Now, you're going to see the days and times, possibly also the dates in which the class meets. If the session says it's the regular session, that means it's a fall class or a spring class. Okay. If it says anything other than regular, such as second session or 3-week session or something along those lines, that means that it's either a winter or a summer class. Okay. Right now, we're going to choose this section right here. Okay. I'm going to click on the section, and it's going to bring us to this this screen here. Okay, which will give you a little more details about the class. Okay, you still get the information about when and where it meets, who the instructor is, but this will be where you're going to check to see if for any additional information, such as the intensive class. Okay, if it's a writing class, it will say writing intensive by the class attributes. If it's part of a learning community or a special program or something along those lines, it will tell you this section you must register for other classes in this learning community or only open to students in a special program such as honors. It'll list all of that here. So you have to click on, once you find a section that you want to register for, you have to click on that section to see if if it's available to everybody or if it's only available to students in a special program. If it's only available for students in a special program and you're in that program, you're good. You can register for that class. If you're not in that program, you have to pick a different section. Okay. Different section, clicking View Results. Okay, and then scroll down and click a different section. Don't click the back button on your web browser. Cunyfirst doesn't really like that. Okay. So once you find the section you want to register for, you need to, when you see the section number will be like O1 lecture or O2 lecture, something along those lines. And then in parentheses it will have a 5-digit number, okay? You need to copy down that 5-digit number, because that 5-digit number is the registration code, okay? So once you find the section that you want to register for, you'll click on that, you'll copy on that registration code, that 5-digit number, okay? And I'll show you exactly what you need to do with that code right now, okay? Now, you're going to go back to Student Center, okay? So on the menu on the left-hand side, click on Student Center again. And we're going to go to Enroll now, okay? And this is how we're going to read your classes, okay? Now, once you have the, once you click on Enroll, it'll bring you to this screen over here. Just hold it. This is going to be what's called your shopping cart, okay? And right now you should see your shopping cart is empty because there's nothing in it. You see this where it says class number? This is where you'll put that 5-digit number, okay? And then click Enter, okay? Once you click Enter, the course, you're going to get a screen that will give you some more details about it. You click Next, and then it will put the course in your shopping cart, okay? After the course is in your shopping cart, you're not registered for the class yet. Okay, you still have to check out the courses in your shopping cart. Now you could put courses in your shopping cart before your registration date, okay? But putting a course in your shopping cart does not guarantee that you get a seat in that course. It just says that you're interested in taking that class, but it doesn't reserve you a seat in the class, okay? Also, you can put courses in your shopping cart that you're not actually eligible to register for, okay? Once you click on to actually enroll, you'll get error messages if you have something in your shopping cart and you're not actually eligible for it, okay? So that's just something to be aware of, okay? So what you're going to do, once everything that you want to register for is in your shopping cart, there's a little green button underneath the shopping cart that will say Proceed to Step 2 of 3. So you're going to click on that, and it will say click Finish Enrolling to process the request for the classes listed below. So you have to confirm that yes, you really do want to enroll in the classes in your shopping cart. So you click Finish Enrolling. And what will happen is you should get either success, and it will tell you that you were able to register for all of those classes and you're enrolled for them, or you'll get an error message. If you get an error message, read what that error message says, because it's going to be very important to figure out why you're not able to register for that class. There's several reasons that you might not be able to register for a class. One would be a prerequisite error message, okay, which either means you have not yet taken the classes you need to take before you get into that class, before you're able to take that class. So, for example, if you try to register for Human Growth and Development, which is Psychology 32, and you have not yet taken Intro to Psychology, that would be a problem. Okay, if you get that error message and you have taken the prerequisites, then you can call the Registration Help Center. Okay, and their number is 718-368-6551, and they'll give you the permission to register for that class. The other error messages that you could get would be other than a prerequisite error message, would be that the class is full, in which case you need to choose a different section, or the class is only open to students in a special program, and if you're not in that special program, you need to choose a different section. So you have to read what the error message says, And for the most part, if you get an error message, 9 times out of 10 you're going to have to choose a different section of that class, okay? Unless it's a prerequisite error message and you've already met the prerequisite. So that tells you a little bit of how to register using Cunyfirst and how to look up your classes during the college catalog. And one last thing I want to show you. 24 hours after you register for your classes, your semester bill will go live on Cunyfirst. Okay, so when you go back to Student Center, once you've registered for some classes, you should now see the classes that you're registered for listed under Academics. You'll also be able to click on Weekly Schedule, and that will show you a grid. But your finances information will be below that. You'll be able to view your semester bill, and if your financial aid has been processed, 24 hours after you make your registration. Okay, so that is how to use Cunyfirst and the college catalog, and have a good day.